Hi guys, Casey here. Excuse me. I am having a little bit of a technical issue. I hope you can see me. I cannot see me. Excuse me, vamping. She's vamping. You guys there? Anybody there? Okay. I'm going to start. Hey, thank you. Sorry for the technical issue. I do want to warn you guys, and sorry for the lighting's a little weird. Today, when I've been on YouTube and doing some other things, wow, hey, everybody. Either YouTube or Chrome has been having an issue. So I've gotten a lot of 504 error messages. So I hope we'll be here. Hi. This is Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey. Thank you for joining. I like to talk about the ketogenic diet, how I've lost 97.4 pounds on it. And I like to talk to others about how they may be able to lose weight, improve their health, and regain control of their lives. What a great turnout. Thank you. Luz, buenos dias. Okay, here we go. I made an iced coffee. You know, you'd pay about $6 at Starbucks for this. This is delicious. It's just some home brewed coffee, a little heavy cream, and some Jordan's salted caramel skinny syrup. Oh, it's so good. The topic of today's question. Uh-oh, you can't see or hear you? Can anyone see? Okay. Sorry, I don't know who. Can everyone see me and hear me? I'm going to assume so because I'm not getting any other messages. Okay, thank you. Topic of today's discussion. This comes up a lot. This comes up from medical professionals. Can the ketogenic diet be sustained for life? Yes, it can. I find it curious, particularly with the medical evidence out there about the health benefits of burning ketones for fuel. And for those of you who don't know, the ketogenic diet merely means you have reduced your carbohydrate intake to a level where your liver is not pushing out glucose. And since your body can burn glucose or ketones for fuel, and it loves ketones, when their supply of glucose is stopped, it just switches over to ketones. Now, it doesn't happen immediately. It takes longer to switch from glucose to burning ketones than it does the other way around, okay? But anyway, that's all the ketogenic diet is. You are burning ketones for fuel. Ketones are mobilized, for many of us, through body fat, which most of us have. Some of us had a whole lot of it, and we're not happy about that. So that's all it is. But anyway, there are health benefits of burning ketones for fuel. They're now well documented. Reduced inflammation. I mean, you guys can list them off faster than I can. Reduced inflammation. Return of the mental faculties. Getting off of asthma medications. I've now heard from 3 people who, as soon as they, start burning ketones for fuel, they don't have to take their asthma medications. They don't have to use their inhalers. And if they, fall off the wagon a little bit, fall out of ketosis, back comes the inhaler. What else, guys? What else are the beyond the weight loss? There's just so many. So anyway, so you go to your doctor. Hey, doctor, and they say, oh, great, you've lost 20 pounds, fantastic. Oh, I'm so pleased. What are you doing? Well, I'm following the ketogenic diet. And they go, oh dear, that's terrible. You won't be able to keep that up. That's not sustainable. So I don't recommend it. One thing, it is sustainable. I've been in a state of ketosis for 3.5 years. Steady. Never out of it. Other than when I ate a sliver of my son's wedding cake in April of 2014. Put on 6 pounds immediately, but I just went right back. And it wasn't because I caved. It was just one of those things where I ate a sliver of my son's wedding cake. And that's the way that was. But let's look at other people. Jackie Albertine. She was Dr. Robert Atkins' managing nurse. She managed his patients. She's been following a low-carb, ketogenic way of eating since, I don't know, 1974, something like that. She's quick-witted. She's delightful. We had the honor of being seated at her table on the recent cruise my husband and I were on. She and her husband, fantastic folks, high energy. She lectures, if you have a chance to hear her. She has got facts at her fingertips that are to be admired and envied. She's been doing it for, how long is that? 43 years, something like that? Of course it's sustainable. Can you imagine a medical professional saying, I'm so glad you're giving up cigarettes. That's great. Your lungs will clear. Everything will be better. But you know what? Giving up cigarettes is really hard, so you won't be able to sustain it. So I don't recommend trying to give up cigarettes. What? Say again now. If you have a peanut allergy and you eat peanuts and your throat closes up and you break out in hives, would your doctor say, I think that's great that you've given up peanuts and your hives have cleared up and you can breathe again, but peanuts are hard to give up. You probably won't be able to sustain it, so I don't recommend it. Gluten. I really recommend you, if you have gluten allergies, if it makes, this cascading series of comorbidities if you have celiac disease. Well, gluten's everywhere, says your doctor. So I don't think you can give it up. It's not sustainable, so I really don't recommend it. I want you to ask yourself if any of that makes sense. Yes, it's sustainable. No, it's not going to ruin your kidneys. No, you don't go back to eating carbs when you get to your ideal weight. This is the way to eat if you want to lose weight and improve your health and regain control of your life and have food not be the boss of you because you lose cravings. There are, I guess, forces at work that have a vested interest in people not reducing their carbohydrate intake. Can we think of who those forces might be? Let's think about it for a minute. Who might want us to continue eating carbohydrate? Yes, you already know who that is. So and who might want us to continue to take medications for conditions which are beautifully addressed through nutrition? Can we think about who that might be? Yes. I am not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a realist. And that's the way it is. And it's kind of infuriating. Tina Anderson, thank you for the super chat. You love sunflower seeds. Could eat just a bag full of those all day long. 9.9, no, is that 9 carbs? Large bag. What your thought on those? If you can eat anything and it does not impact you being in ketosis, do it. That's my thinking. Now, true ketosis, not taking exogenous ketones, which give you a positive reading on urine or blood test strips. That's not being in ketosis. That's not the point of this. We want to have our body's ketones or body's fat stores being mobilized. But yeah, if you can do it and you love them all day long and they fit within your levels, fantastic. Me, I say pretty low carb, and I would probably avoid that. I probably personally would avoid that. One thing, anything that I can eat all day long, and I'm going to put this little thought in your head. Do you really want to be eating anything that you could eat all day long? Isn't that kind of what got us here in the first place? To me, that's more of a not a mental thing. I don't want to say like, oh, you're eating sunflower seeds. It's a mental thing. But I'm done with food. I'm done with worrying about food. I'm done with thinking about it. This is literally a prayer answered. I was just talking to a friend earlier. We were actually starting to talk about housework. And I said, I wish I was somebody who couldn't sleep if there were dust bunnies under a sofa. But I'm happy to sleep away with dust bunnies and light film of dust over my house. But I said, that's kind of reminds me of when I was starting about age 12. I used to lay in bed at night and pray that I would wake up the next morning and hate food. Because I was already pudgy. I was already I was not an obese child, but I was fleshy and pudgy. And I was the first daughter after 5 sons. That's not a good position to be in. Because they had no problem telling me what they thought. I am literally the answer. I mean, my situation now is the answer to that prayer from all those 45 years ago, however long that was. I don't hate food. I just don't care about it. I don't care about food. Food is something I eat so that I don't have to think about eating anymore. So I don't want something in front of me that I could happily eat all day long. I want to do other things all day long. And I'm working on that. I shared with my patrons in a post this morning that this has been an interesting transition, and maybe you're going through this same thing. Okay, I used to spend hours a day thinking about my weight and my food and how to try to not eat food and how I was failing at not eating food and why was I failing at not eating food and why was I eating this food I didn't want to eat and why am I crying while I'm eating this food? So much of my brain and my mood and my life was occupied by and impacted by food that I feel like I've been released from prison. So now that I'm a free person, what am I going to do with my time? And that's where I am now. I'm a lucky person. Maybe many of you are in the same position. Maybe your kids are a little bit older, or maybe your kids are, every stage of childhood, when you don't have to change the diaper, or when you don't have to get in and out of the car seat, or when, there's not a stroller involved. I mean, all these little advancements make your life less time consumed. Then you get into the part of your life where it's more emotional and mental. But our kids are grown and happy and healthy and settled. And I don't think about food all the time. So I have like hours in my day. So what am I going to do with myself? Maybe a lot of us are there. Maybe a lot of you are there. So since keto is sustainable for life, you can eat this way for the rest of your life very well. According to Dr. Eric Westman, there is no condition for which the ketogenic diet is contraindicated. Not hypothyroidism, not hyperthyroidism, not a lack of a thyroid, not a lack of a gallbladder, not advanced age. He even shared at the last support group meeting that there is an orthopedic surgeon who shared with him that this surgeon is recommending the ketogenic diet to his patients, and about 30% of them don't need the surgery that they thought they needed because the inflammation is so reduced. Now, Dr. Westman said no, he's needing to come up with other reasons to perform surgery, but kudos to that doctor for recommending nutrition to help people who thought they needed, joint surgery. Okay. Thank you very much for indulging me while I talked about that. And now I am going to look at some of these comments. Laura Lariat 70 here. So how long have you guys, and maybe you've already talked about this, and I apologize because I've not been watching the comments. I've been in ketosis, measured by blood, for 3.5 years. How long have you guys been in ketosis if you do measure? Okay, Karen Coffee asks, I don't get hungry very often, and if I eat something I shouldn't, like a sweet, etc., I get sick. So I stay pretty much on track. Love this way of eating. I don't feel blah or need lots of sleep. You know, the sleep thing is a thing. I think I shared before that Dr. Adam Nally on Doc Muscles from Phoenix on the cruise there was a Q&A, and someone said, you know, I just find that I can't sleep very well at night. He said, is it possible you just need less sleep? It's not that you're not sleeping well, but you're waking up earlier. You just need less sleep. I'm sorry, I'm way off balance today. It's very distracting for me. 3 Owls, please tell me if your blood sugar can go up. Okay, that's a really broad question, 3 Owls. If you just started, yes, it can go up. Mine went up. My blood sugar went up when about the first, I don't know how long, 3 or 4 months. And here's my explanation for it. And I'll have to ask Dr. Westman if this makes sense. Let's consider this. When you're eating a carby diet, you're burning glucose for fuel, right? So you're eating carbs and your liver shooting out glucose. Your pancreas shoots out insulin to drive the glucose out of your blood, which is its job. That's one of the jobs of insulin. And to create that and store it in cells as fat. So if you switch from eating carbs to not eating carbs, reducing them sufficiently to the point where your liver is not shooting out glucose, your pancreas is not being engaged. So the insulin is not being shot out. So you are now not artificially having your blood sugar reduced by your body's insulin. We know that diabetics, type 1 and type 2, can have their blood sugar lowered through injections of insulin. But think of it this way, when you're burning carbs, your pancreas is reducing your glucose. Now you're not eating carbs. So you do not have this artificial, as it were, lowering of the blood glucose. So now this is maybe where your glucose would be. And then it comes down. That's what mine did. Mine actually went up. Susan, Cosmos, thank you for the super chat. I warned you about this, but just because you're awesome, I'm going to have another swig of iced coffee. Oh, that's good. So yes, it can go up. And also keep in mind that you can have what's known as dawn phenomenon with your blood sugar. Your blood sugar readings can rise first thing in the morning because your circadian rhythms, as your body knows you're going to be waking up here in an hour or so, and it gives you a little boost of glucose to kind of get your energy going. So you can go from laying down sleeping to getting up and brushing your teeth, or whatever you do in the morning. Okie dokie. Thank you for the very much. Earth. Oh, went past too quickly. Sammy Robinson. Hey, Sammy. Interesting. I used to drink bath every day, but not since it's been so hot. Is it hot everywhere? You know, actually here, I'm in central North Carolina. It's really beautiful. And I have friends that are on the West Coast, and of course, they're melting. Even Portland, Oregon was, my friend said 101, I believe yesterday or the day before. Yeesh. And they're not set up for that. At least in the South, we're set up for it, but man, not there. Gene O'Connor writes, I bought a popsicle maker to make dill pickle juice popsicles. Since it's hot. Gene, you're clever as hell. Sorry, potty mouth. Pamela, hey, Pamela. Hey. Uh-oh, Sammy, it's 100. Oh, yikes. Yikes, 100 degrees. Regina Clanton writes, I promise salt will get you through the sugar cravings. Isn't that interesting to think the opposite? So you're having a craving, have some salt. Very often when we're feeling peaked, we're feeling a little droopy, a little sluggish, people thought, well, you need some carbs. Get those carbs in there. No, that's the opposite. You want to take some sodium. And that's because the sodium helps hold on to magnesium and potassium. And that's what you want to do. And particularly if it's hot and you're sweating, yeah, keep your electrolytes up. Okay, guys? Nancy Hansen, 100 where you are too. Oh, gosh, I think it's 81 here today or 78. It's really beautiful. Took Atticus out for a walk, and he seemed happy. I was happy. So let's see. I'm going to, Vicky G from Southeast Washington, going to be 100 in Southeast Washington today too. I know that is not pleasant. I know that's not pleasant. I'm so sorry you guys are going through that. Denise Chestnut, I got your thank you note and love the quote on the bottom. Appreciate you. Okay, Denise, thank you. You're referring to a thank you note I write out to patrons. Thank you. Peggy, that's Goku. I owe you a one-on-one, Peggy. I owe you. Let me know. I owe you patrons who pledge a certain amount. I do an hour one-on-one with them at their convenience. Wanda Landers. Hey, Wanda. Dill pickle slices helps my cravings. Pamela, I'm thinking about making bone broth popsicles. God, you are all about the bone broth, Pamela. And she has shared that she loves it cold with some ice cubes in it. Cool. Nana Babs, 78 degrees in Middle Tennessee today. We'll take it, won't we? In North Carolina and Tennessee, we'll take a 78-degree day for sure. 67 in Indiana. And Peggy writes, I will. Yes, please do let me know. I want to see you face to face. Regina Clinton, you are so awesome. Oh, thank you. Thank you for all you guys do. Thank you very much. Lisa Coughlin, can you overdo it on dairy? Had a very heavy feeling in my stomach. Listen to your body. And remember that dairy and cheese are not unlimited. About 2 ounces of cheese a day. And heavy whipping cream, I measure. So that's 2 tablespoons a day. So I guess you could overdo it. But listen to your body. Some people tolerate dairy better than others. Susan, got a Go Keto with Casey cup last week and another one this morning. Now my baby and I drink with Casey. Now we need t-shirts. Woohoo, very fun. Thank you. Did I send you 2 by accident or did you buy one? I can't remember. But either way, thank you. I'm so glad you got them. Joanne Kedge writes, after I turned 45, traditional low carb did not work for me, particularly dairy. Our bodies change and we need to listen to them. As I've said many times, don't let anybody tell you what you must eat. I stopped posting on MyFitnessPal when I eat because I want people to listen to their own bodies. If you're emulating what I'm doing based on what I'm posting on MyFitnessPal, you're listening to my body. My body's different than your body. Your body's different than it was when you were 20. So listen to your body. Our instincts are pretty good. Some days I'll think I want a salad. Some days I think really all I want is some more sausage. Some days I don't want anything. I posted a little while ago a week of food video, and it was pretty heavy in veggies, because that's what we ate, and I liked them, and they did well for me. And some days I eat almost nothing, and some days it's not a veggie in sight. Listen to your body. Okay, I'm going to come now. A little rant alert. Got a message from somebody, a comment, not a message, a comment. Writes to me, you must eat greens with your protein or else it will turn into glucose. That's just made up. That's not true. That's not based in anything. That's incorrect. It's way off base. And I responded in kind. Where's that coming from? Carbohydrate is not an essential nutrient. Period. Protein is, fat is, and many amino acids are. Carbohydrate is not essential. Our body can manufacture all the glucose it needs through gluconeogenesis. Perfectly capable of doing it. And as long as we keep our, other essential nutrients and amino acids up, we're good. But you must eat. For one thing, don't tell me what I must do. I've listened to that long enough, sir. Don't tell me. Don't go to the. I'm going to be a little harsh here. Please do not take the time to send me a message in any format telling me what I must do. I didn't ask you. That sounds harsh. But unless I ask your opinion, don't feel like you need to offer it to me. I have been told, you have been told, we have all been told what we must do, mustn't do for a really long time. And the message has been, if you're not doing this, anything that happens poorly in your life is your fault. Well, we got some really bad advice for a really long time. So I don't take what internet personalities tell me. Don't listen to me. I'm not an internet personality. I'm a middle-aged woman sitting in my kitchen talking into my MacBook. Don't listen to what I say. Do some research. It's a really good book. Have it tabbed because I wanted to ask Dr. Stephen Phinney, a world expert on this, about the need to eat 7 cups of leafy greens to cleanse your liver. Nope, that's not a thing either. Fatty liver disease is helped by the lack of carbohydrates, not by the presence of anything, okay? I sounded kind of angry there. I'm not angry. I'm just firm that I don't need to be told anymore what I must do. And I will not, mostly I won't respond. But if I do, it won't be demure. So I'm not going to tell you what you must or mustn't do. Don't let anyone else do it either. Listen to your body. If you're not getting the result you expected, if you're not feeling well, ask yourself some questions. Do some research. But keep in mind this. For most people, almost all people, you can be helped by keeping your total carbohydrate level at 20 grams or fewer per day. Eat fatty sources of protein. Eat only when you're hungry. And stop when you're satiated. For almost everybody, this is going to have health benefits and help you lose body fat, if that is your goal. Not everyone needs to lose weight or body fat. My lovely mate doesn't need to. He's at his ideal weight. But he continues to do this because he feels better. And he wants to live as long as I'm going to live, which is going to be forever. Not going to live forever, but I'm going to live my years healthfully, God willing. And he wants to be there right along with me. So we're going to listen to our bodies, and we're going to do what we know works for us. You do what works for you. But don't let anyone tell you, including your medical provider, what you must eat. Chances are the people who have bothered to show up here, oh, thank you, Diane Gruber, for your $2 super chat. Thank you. Chances are the people who have showed up here know more about nutrition than most of the medical providers that they will encounter. Some of that can be explained because the medical providers were not taught. There's not really an excuse for them not learning. So we need to hold our medical providers' feet to the fire. Hey, Joe Miller, thank you for the $5 Canadian. Thank you. She writes, I wish people would stop pushing fats on keto over 40. I see posts. I need to get my fat in. I'm going to talk to you about the keto, and Joe was talking about the keto after 40 and beyond page. I am a person who believes in dialogue and conversation and free speech. We're going to start limiting membership in the keto after 40. I think at about 35 members, we're going to cap it out and just decline all responses. And we're already declining many, many more than we're approving. I'm starting to shut down more posts that, for one thing, have just topics been addressed many, many times. I don't like to do that. And my thought is, if you don't like the post, move on. But I think it's an easy excuse for people when they're not successful to be willfully ignorant of the tenets of what works. And this is true for anything in life. Our kids say, well, I just can't pass the spelling test. But they won't sit with you and let's study your spelling together. I mean, that's a lame analogy. But you can think of an analogy where people say, this is just not working for me. You say, well, it's not really, you're not really following the instructions. So if you're not following the instructions, then don't complain about the instructions that it's not working. So I think it's easier for people to say, well, I'm going to do net carbs, or I'm going to make the almond flour, coconut flour, oat fiber, whatever things, but now I'm on a stall. So I'm going to be a little bit more strict on that, and I'll probably, some people may not like it. But you don't have to get your fat in. You don't have to get your calories in. Step away from the pie chart. I'm not going to use that word, that M word. Step away from the pie chart. And I know it's confusing because there are so many conflicting bits of advice out there. If you find someone who speaks to you and you're happy with it and you're finding success on it, go with that. And I don't care what that is. I don't care whether that's someone, pushing something that I don't do. That's fine. I'm not the world's expert on this. I am an expert on what works for me. But if you're not, what you're doing is not working for you, ask yourself some questions, okay? Okay, winding back to comments. Tina Anderson, thank you for not using the M word. Okay, Sherry Dufour, are there any studies that I can read that may support keto for heart disease? I want you to check out Dr. Aseem Malhotra. Aseem, A-S-E-E-M, Malhotra, M-A-L-H-O-R-T-A. He's a Brit. He's a cardiologist. He has got articles he's written. He's got interviews he's given. Aseem Malhotra, bit by bit, doctor by doctor. There are cardiologists, Dr. Westman has shared, that send their patients to Dr. Westman to lose weight so that they can lose enough weight to have surgery. Those are cardiologists from Duke. Okay? Yes. Okay, I'm now reading. Miss Lisa, been doing keto for 3 months and my skin tags are going away. You know what? I just learned this, Miss Lisa, that skin tags are a physical sign of insulin resistance. I didn't know that. I was fascinated to find that out. Lottie Green, hi Casey, can you give us the link to Jean's Facebook? She said she was starting it for beginners. I can't give it right now, but it's And I think that there's a waiting list. It's Ketogenic Living for Beginners. Ketogenic Living for Beginners. Just type it in at Facebook. Ellie Hauser, I should look at it from time to time, LOL. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. Okay, and Jean writes that beginners group will be opening up at the end in July. Wow, about skin tags. Mine are disappearing too. Isn't that cool? Okay, and Kim, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. And she writes, great advice. Thanks for the weekly reminders and chats. Thank you for showing up. Pamela Ramsay writes, donated about 30 diet cookbooks and books about weight loss to the library today. Don't need any of them now. Just need to live keto. Absolutely. Tigger Willies, considering putting my little ones on keto, my 5-year-old, I think is carb intolerant and they need more omegas. Oh, I think that's great. You know, Dr. Westman says there is no reason why children should not be on this. He says it's a false equivalency to, or dualcy, a false something or other, to think children can't eat this way when adults can. Virginia Power, something told me to check and see if you are on. Hi, Casey. Oh, thank you. I feel great. Thank you very much. I will do a little, I guess it's bragging, but let me share with this. For those of you who are, you know, losing and maybe you're, you know, wondering, you know, will things really change? This tank top I bought, and I was thrilled to get it. It's a, you know, I never would have worn sleeveless before. I mean, I have a whole story about the first time I went sleeveless in like 25 years. And when I bought it, it was pretty tight. I can wear, well, you can't see, but I could wear this as a, I could wear this if I was really brave as a mini dress. It was tight. But all of a sudden, I didn't notice it changing. It just did. I just realized that it just, all of a sudden, this was really big on me. So keep up with it. My weight has kind of stabilized. I don't know that I'll lose any more. I may. I generally run about 53 days compound because I keep track. 53 days on average between new lows. And it's not been 53 days since my last one, but I don't know. I don't know whether I'll lose more. But keep it up. Slow is okay. As of this morning, I am 13.5 pounds lighter than this day last year. When you are 59 years old, God, I can't believe I'm 59. When you're 59 years old and you can say, I'm 13.5 pounds lighter than I was this day last year, and I don't even know, it was like, I'd have to look at my spreadsheet. Oh. I found another before picture. Guys, stick with me. Hold on, I'm going to try to share this. Now, I cropped out everybody else, and you'll see that I was trying my best to stand behind people because, you know, that's what fat folk do. They go behind everybody else in the picture if they've not been able to extricate themselves from the photograph in the first place. I'm going to see if I can share this photograph with you. Okay, y'all still with me? Still there? I'm going to try to do this. Share screen share. Application window. Okay. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that before picture? Ugh. Now, this was me. I don't know when that was. That photo was taken of me under duress. I did not want to be there. I did not want to be in that photograph. Again, you can see I'm the shortest person there, but I made, I'm not showing it. Hold on, hold please. Okay, now can you see it? Ugh. I'm amazed. My husband just showed that to me last night. I didn't know about it because he wisely hid it from me. I'm looking at this, and I'm going to tell you, if I'd seen that photograph at the time, it would have been a bad scene. Because we're in denial, right? We're in denial. And you look at that photo, and you think, there's no coming back from that. There is no coming back from that. And there is coming back from it. There is. So, startled my own self. So if you feel like you're just too far past it, you're not. I'm 59, but there are people here older than I who have had greater success than I. Okay? You can do this. You absolutely can do this. I didn't get that way over a weekend. I was that way. I was bigger than that for some years. I was at least that heavy for 29 years. From my late 20s or mid to late 20s until January 8th, 2014, when I saw Dr. Eric Westman's white coat video and he said, keep your carbs below 20. Eat fatty sources of protein. Eat only when you're hungry. That changed it. I will tell you, I did not play around with net carbs. I did not play around with almond flour, coconut flour. I did not play around with protein powders. And the people I know who are the most successful, it's the same story. You do what works for you. You do what makes you happy. But as I've said before, don't blame keto for what the net carbs did. Don't blame keto for what the MCT oil did. Don't blame keto for what the almond flour did. You do what you want. Listen to your body. Keep it simple. Know that this is sustainable. It's not going to kill you. It not only is not going to kill you, it'll make you feel so good. It's just food. It's just food. Okay, guys? I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Well, clouds came in. Guess we're going to get a thunder boomer. Be kind to yourselves. If you stumble, you'll get back up. If those around you stumble, be kind to them. If they say, I can't do this, ask them, is it possible that you can, you just don't know it yet? Ask yourself that. If you're telling yourself, I just can't do this, you say, is it possible that you can and you just don't know it yet? I didn't think I could give up tortilla chips. Sitting across from my lovely mate at a Mexican restaurant that we love to do every week at least. I thought, I can't give up tortilla chips. I just didn't know that I could until I did. And I can. So can you. Okay, guys? Thank you very much. Thank you to my patrons who help make all of this possible. Thank you to you who show up here and help each other. And I just saw Christine, one of my patron, who said they had their telephone interview with Dr. Westman. That is great. So happy for that. Courage, Grace. Yep, it's only food. And it's food that we're designed to eat. It's the way we ate for about, 70 million years. So in evolutionary times, it's been the last 45 seconds we've been eating, the way we've been eating. But anyway, Lucias, adiós, adiós, Luz. Muchas gracias. Pase un feliz día. Okay, you folks, keep your carbs below 20. Eat fatty sources of protein. Eat only when you're hungry. Stop when you're satiated. Be kind to yourself. And I'll see you next time out.